Good afternoon, everyone. So in this lesson, what we're gonna learn is the two different sounds for today, which are basically pretty similar to the schwas because they have one that is stressed and the other one is unstressed, but basically the pronunciation is the same. One receives strong emphasis and the other one does not, because obviously it is present in unstressed syllables. So we're gonna see according to the two books we're using in class. So we have English Pronunciation Made Simple, and we have the Accurate English Pronunciation books. Okay, so first I'm gonna show you like some important characteristics of these two sounds. So we can see here that according to the lips, when you do this sound, so you can feel that your lips are protruded, but also they are slightly parted, so they are not together. They don't come together like in other sounds. And the other characteristic is related to the jaw, which is slightly just a little bit lowered, and the tone is going to be in the mid-level position. So we can like make the correlationship between the other sounds, which are pretty similar to these ones, like the schwa, and some people say this one, I don't know, this one looks like the epsilon, but remember epsilon is written the other way around. This one is like a number 3, okay? But make sure, please, I know that in some books you have this letter R representing the sound, the final part of the sound like this, but please, for phonetic transcriptions, try to do this one because this one is easier to read than this little symbol here, okay? So starting with that, now we're gonna see what are some of the most common pronunciation problems or some possible pronunciation problems you may encounter when pronouncing this sound. Well, the first one is, of course, this is not a very common sound. In most languages, it doesn't exist. Then the other one, well, for this one in specific, so we can say that it doesn't, it receives a strong emphasis. The other one doesn't. And the other problem that you may have is that sometimes you find it in spellings that are not necessarily with the ER. So, and you have to pay attention to those. This one is not here. And also when you pronounce it, most of the times we have problems because we don't know how to put our lips. So remember that they have to be protruded. So you have to do this when you pronounce this sound, okay? Now we're gonna see this set of words which I'm going to be saying, pronouncing, and you have to repeat. The idea is that you can practice so we can find these words at the beginning, in the middle, at the end, or in one syllable words. And also we have it, we have the spelling patterns, okay? So first we have the words urge, herb, earn, earth. Remember that this th sound has like the most common characteristic is that your tongue is like blowing some air like a snake. When a snake does this, well, remember the snake every time that you're gonna produce this sound. So this the tip of the tongue is going to touch the upper front teeth, and so you have to do okay. So that is the sound for the earth at the end, okay? Then you have early, you have urban, earnest, irk. So in the middle of the words, you're gonna find this sound in the words turn, word, verb, third. So you have this sound again. So make sure the tongue is like almost going out, but not really, but you're gonna blow some air, throwing some air out of your mouth. So then you have the word curve. Remember the your upper front teeth have to touch the bottom lip like a So remember that we don't say vaca, but we have to do it in English because that makes a huge difference. Remember the example of I am very happy and very happy. So be careful about this sound, okay? Then we have learn, circus, and Thursday. So at the end of the words, we're gonna find this sound in the words fur, sir, her, occur, prefer, stir, per, and defer. So finally, we have some common spelling patterns, but we're gonna go through more detail for the spelling patterns of these two vowel sounds in the next slides. So when you have, anytime you have a word spelled with the letters IR, like in bird, girl, firm, third, circle. Okay, you have the sound. Then we have it also in the spelling for the letters UR, like in hurt, curl, curb, purple, turkey. And then finally, sorry, we have the ER spelling, which is the most common one or easy to recognize for us. So we have fern, turn, stern. Remember to say not never S, but stern, German, and servant. Okay. So now we're gonna listen to me saying the following phrases or sentences containing the sound, and you're gonna try to pronounce after me. Turn it off. So when we have these phrases, especially phrasal verbs, and we have an object pronoun in the middle, so, and it has a vowel sound, so we have to make it like one phrase. It's not turn it off, but turn it off, okay? Then we have number 2, heard the words. So heard is the past tense of hear, okay? So the pronunciation changes completely, okay? Number 3, slow a turtle. Slow a turtle. Remember, slow a turtle, okay? Number 4, first things first. First things first, okay? Number 5, a turn for the worse. A turn for the worse. Number 6, left work early. Left work early. Number 7, the early bird catches the worm. Number 8, the girl saw the circus first. Number 9, the servant served, do the d for the past tense. The servant served dessert. No, sorry. The servant served dessert. It's dessert, dessert. Dessert, okay, this word is very peculiar because depending on where you put the stress, so that is how you know if you're talking about the Sahara Desert, for example, or if you're talking about the desert, which is a sweet treat that you have after a meal. Sorry, I got confused because I didn't say the word, and it's dessert. The stress is in the The servant served dessert. Number 10, Irma had her 33rd birthday. Birthday, okay, a common word like birthday, you have to put emphasis on the birth, but also you have the sound again, like a little snake. Remember that? Okay, so please be careful about that. Okay, after this exercise, you have a check yourself, or basically, well, this check yourselves in this unit do not need or do not require an audio, because you can do them without any help. The idea is that you can do them at home, and then you can check the answers on page 279, appendix 2 from the book. If you have the course packet, you can check that. If you do not, then you can go to the virtual class and download the answers. Okay, we have the words that you have to use to complete the sentences are purse, perfume, curl, perfume, sorry, perfume, curly, church, bird, work, desserts, turkey, verbs, and skirt. Remember, perfume. It's because sometimes we tend to think in Spanish, of course. Okay, the girl wore a purple, and then you continue with the other ones and you try to do the exercise, okay? Okay, let's continue. Okay, this part is very important. I want you to know that in the other book, this is taken from the book Accurate English Pronunciation. So in that book, they don't make the distinction between one sound and the other one in terms of the symbology. So they look the same in this book. But actually, you have to remember that this one, in this slide, because it's together with the stressed sound, so it is referring to the stressed sound, not to this one, okay? So remember, it's the other one. So it says that it is one of the most common vowels in the American English. Of course it is. And stressed syllables, we usually are going to find it in the following spelling pattern. So we have ER, UR, IR. They can be alone, or in some cases we have IR plus a consonant, okay? We have the examples of ER, her, term, person. Remember that if you're doing the t, k, or p, you have to, try all the time. Try if possible. If you can do it, it will be very nice if you can have a little piece of paper in front of you, in front of your lips. Because if you do, then the idea is that you can just place the paper. You can place the paper in front of your mouth and make sure that if you move the paper, it's because you are aspirating the sound as it should be, because this is a stop sound. Stop means there is a blockage of the air stream coming out of your mouth. When you do the, there is like an interruption there, okay? So when you do this term, you are supposed to move the paper. You do term, the same with person, okay? Then we have serve and wear. Then we have the UR, like in fur, hurt, church, urban, return, return. You can see that you have to you have to make sure that this moves, okay? Then we have sir, bird, girl, and dirty, okay? So it is also spelled with OR in some common words, but very few words, by the way. Starting with the letter W, and it is sometimes it's also spelled with the letters E-A-R, okay, plus a consonant. Like the examples we have here with ORR, work, you can see all of them are with W, okay? Work, word, word, worm, whirl, worth, worth, and you have to do this, worth, attorney. Okay, and then we have the E-A-R, like in heard, learn, earn, early, earth, search, pearl, rehearse. Rehearse, rehearse. This is an important word. You have to rehearse. like to practice something, okay? Okay, we have the exceptions. Here we have the exceptions, okay? They are important because these ones are exceptions since they do not follow any of these spelling patterns. So we have the words journal, journey, courage, flourish, and kernel. Even you have the L, you say kernel, kernel, okay? And this note is taken from the book English Pronunciation Made Simple, where basically they are indicating that these ones are not very common because they are exceptions, of course, and they are here already listed. Okay, we have heard, journey, and work. Okay, now we're gonna see or study the next one, which is unstressed. Basically, the pronunciation is almost the same, if not the same, because it is really hard to notice the difference between the and the when they are produced in isolation. However, of course, this one is produced with much less effort, okay? Much less effort than the other one, okay? So, and only occurs in unstressed syllables. So, the tone, again, what is important about, let's say about the tone is that the muscles are gonna be relaxed and the position of the lips and the jaw is the same as for So remember the jaw is going to be slightly lower when you say same thing. And the lips are going to be protruded and also they're gonna be slightly parted, okay? So basically the same characteristics, okay? So we're gonna see some of the examples here where we can find this sound, okay? Remember that in this case, the emphasis is not in this sound, vowel sound, but on the other syllables, okay? So at in the middle of the words, we're gonna find it in the words like liberty, perhaps. I really like this word because sometimes you always say maybe, maybe, but if you use perhaps, it sounds better. For me, it's like changing a little bit your linguistic corpus, your lexical variation, okay? We have surprise, butterfly, flower pot, understood, baker, butter, mirror, mother, mother. So this TH sound is the same as the other one. The difference is that here you don't have to blow any air out of your mouth. So you say the like mother, sooner, teacher, deliver, and weather. Same as mother, it has the sound. The is not a D, but it's a the. So you have to feel that your the tip of your tongue, this tip is going to touch your upper front teeth, okay? So we have something really important for this sound, which is the following. The vowel doesn't occur at the beginning of the words, okay? So that is really important. So we have some of the most common spelling patterns for this one. Basically, we have it in the letters A-R, E-R, O-R, or U-R-E. But remember that is only for unstressed syllables, okay? So we're gonna listen, you're gonna listen to the pronunciation and try to repeat like sugar, dollar, color, regular, grammar, after, paper, father, farmer, silver, color, actor, flavor, doctor, razor, nature, picture, feature, failure, measure. Okay, now we have some other phrases also like in the other vowel sound, and you're gonna listen to the phrases, try to repeat after me. Number 1, sooner or later. Number 2, measure the sugar. 3, better late than never. That is true. Number 4, water the flowers. Number 5, consider the offer. 6, the actor was better than ever. 7, was the afternoon the paper delivered? Again, was the afternoon paper delivered? Number 8, the razor is sharper than the scissor. The razor is sharper than the scissors. Number 9, summer is warmer than winter. Number 10, a wonderful picture is showing at the theater. Okay, this section is referring to the spelling pattern. So this is taken from the book Accurate English Pronunciation. So the idea is that you can identify all the different letters combinations where you're gonna find this sound, which is basically spelling patterns. So we have ER or OR. Those are very common, but also you can find it in AR, URE, and occasionally in UR, but only for unstressed, okay? Unstressed syllables. We have father, father, modern, perhaps, energy, doctor, visitor, information, effort, forget. Dollar, similar, sugar, color, cower, backward. Picture, pleasure, figure, furniture, injure. Survive, murmur. And we have 4 different exceptions here that do not follow any of these common spelling patterns, like in the letters glamour, amateur, and soldier, and iron. Soldier and iron. Okay. Okay, we have a check yourself. The idea is that you can circle the words pronounced with the sound, which is unstressed, and then you have to check the answers at the end of the book, okay? We have some major spelling patterns here. This one is related to the previous one, where it says that it occurs in the middle and at the end of the words, like in sugar, advertise, summer, colorful, and doctor. Okay, and this is a check yourself section to be able to identify more the sound. The idea is that you can, well, first we're gonna do the listen and repeat. We have the words murder, curler, surfer, firmer, server, burner, Herbert, furniture, merger, okay? And then in this exercise, you have to identify if the sounds have either the stressed or the unstressed pronunciation. So you have to write down the symbols according to IPA. Remember that these ones are with this little R on top of the letter. Try to put it next to it, okay? And then you can check the answers on Check Yourself. And then you can read the following paragraphs and underline all the words pronounced with the sound stressed and circle the ones that are not pronounced with this. Okay. And after listening to my explanation, so you can go to YouTube and listen to this two different links to basically have more practice if you want to reinforce everything that I have explained to you. Well, thank you for your attention and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.